July 9, 2024. Hope you're all doing well. I'm just doing jolly. I am. Really. I'm just jolly. Jolly old. Never lose truth. Ha! Yeah. Analog synth player. I actually have, just within like the last 2 minutes, quite a lot of stomach pain. My stomach has not been the same since I got here. I don't know what is going on. Could it be something in the air? Well, the air does not look quite right, which, yeah, I'm going to pull up some more captures that I've been taking. This was yesterday morning. We're breathing all of this in. We are breathing all of this in. What is in this air of ours and the microwaves? And even on those so-called clear days, you know, when you don't see any cloud, manufactured cloud, don't think those ripples in the sky don't exist. They sure do. If you look closely, you could still see them. So, it's been pretty dirty here in Arizona, southern Arizona, to say the least. Wow. The microwaves, whatever the hell the concoction is, that brings about a really awful brown. Look at this. That's supposed to be cloud? Are you kidding me? No, we're not kidding. We're not kidding anymore. It's in our face. It's very, very serious. It's very serious. Very serious indeed. That's bookend. So, our food, our air, our water, everything taken over. Yes, pedal to the metal. Our descent into hell. Yay! Analog synth player Sandra, Alicia, Julio, Max. Nice to see you. Christopher Livens, Barb, Silent Walk, Elizabeth, Denise Martinez, hello. Christopher James, Carol Halford, Oracle 11, Lady J Homestead, Elizabeth, Sheepdog Patriot, Outlaw Biker, Sith Trish, Diana Truth Seeker, Trace, or Tracy, hello. Rage Against the Machine. I'd say that's quite true, James B. If you have your health, you are better than, I would even say, everyone. 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 So, if I've missed anybody, I apologize, but hello. And Rick Yorkin and Mark Anthony, Jam Tech USA. Hi. My voice is strong tonight. Wow. So, radar. Oh, this is Hurricane Beryl. Yeah, up in Michigan now. Up in Missouri and Illinois and Indiana and Michigan. Ohio. That's where our hurricanes go. It's on its way to Toronto and Maine. Yeah. Well, we've got tornado alerts. One in Indiana. Oh, and look at what Hurricane Beryl is spawning. Supercells, a line of supercells just for you in Indiana. Indiana tornado alert, Martin County, southwest of Bedford, near Shoals, Indiana. And severe weather, which I was surprised to see, Arizona. Not happy about that. Ah, the blips. The manifestation of the nanobot supercells. New Mexico, flash flood warnings in New Mexico, and loading images. Okay, load away. Ah, okay. So what are we going to get here in Arizona? Who knows? Oh, wow, look. I mean, it's crazy. We've got these precipitation blips that come and go, that just disappear. Doppler radar can do marvelous things. It's a miracle. All right, well, got quite a lot of rain in central Florida from east to west coast, but it seems to disappear very quickly. Disappears very quickly. Well, all I can say is I hope everybody remains safe. I hope we hear from Kim Blanchard, who was a victim of Hurricane Beryl. So, I also want to read a tweet that I received from a woman in California. A person we know died yesterday. This was on the 7th. In 119-degree temperatures in Red Bluff, California. The heat is a combination of hot weather, radiation, microwaves, and all of the poisons that they're putting into the sky via geoengineering, solar radiation management. Yeah. Many folks are extremely fatigued, head achy, disoriented, and unwell. This person who died, had 5 cats, 1 dog, and a parrot. She lived alone, had no contact with anyone in her neighborhood, and has no family. Luckily, she had a longtime friend who checked in with her. After not being able to reach her, he called for a welfare check. The agency personnel broke down the unlocked front door. Oh, okay. Finding her unresponsive on the sofa. She had died. Her friend drove 2.5 hours to rescue her animals, finding folks that were able to house them during these increasingly diabolical heat waves. It's most important to have a buddy system in place. Yes, it is. Organize, get to know your elderly neighbors, please. The neighbors who have no one, please. Check in on people. That is what we're supposed to be doing. You want to counteract the social engineering that has been done to all Americans. Got to bring back community and bring back care. We can help others and their beloved pets. Look out after each other and help when able. It's not just me saying it. The agency collecting her body took personal property. Yeah. And said the parrot, a talking African gray, died of a broken heart. They stole it. They also completely vaxxed the Jack Russell. Humane societies are inhumane societies, like going to a Nazi death camp for health care. Well, I don't think you're going to get much disagreement. Certainly not from me. Hi, Mama Rages. Thank you. Well, it depends on where you are, Rufus, because I do not love this heat at all. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's, you can't be outside, you know. Whatever I have to do outside, within minutes, it feels like it's burning my skin. That white, metallic sun radiation. But all of the microwaves, all of the technology that they use to create this heat, yes, I have videos on my Never Lose Truth channel, on Rumble, on YouTube. Go to playlists, weather modification, another playlist, geoengineering, artificial heat, artificial atmospheric heat. Doesn't take much for them to do this, but they're doing it because something is very, very different. One of the differences that I have experienced is I used to love being outdoors, loved it. Sun never bothered me. And even in South Carolina, where it was much hotter than it was up in the Northeast, it never bothered me, really. I mean, maybe when it got to like 102, you know, yeah, it was stifling. But I still went out and I worked out, and I can't be outside. There's no comfortable place outside. Even in the shade, it hurts because you can barely breathe. And I've noticed, yes, I'll say it again, water evaporation is taking place. So there are bowls of water for the birds and ground squirrels and whomever. But I fill them up, and then after the live, I go out. Now, the birds and the ground squirrels are not drinking where the bowl is empty. It's empty. Or some days, you know, it might have a little bit in it. Something's happening with our water. Even the water that I put in my iron, so I'll fill it up, and the next day I have to put more water in it. Now, obviously, if I'm filling it up, it means that I've used it. But I take notice because I'm noticing it in the cat bowl. The water is disappearing. So something is going on in our atmosphere that is really not good. Not good at all. We are, 70% water? So even if you don't feel dehydrated, I hope that all of you are really, you're paying attention to the sun, how different it is, to the microwaves that you may not see, to all of the technology that is blasting away at us, to all of the geoengineering, to the evaporation of oxygen and water, because that's a deadly combination. And that's why you have to know and check in on, especially the elderly in your area. Let's just say the outdoors is no longer rejuvenating. All right, so I do not like my stomach hurting, pretty much all the time now. That is very new for me. And statewide evacuations as California wildfires blaze on. Even though it's not a Paradise, California wildfire, wildfires are taking out homes, a whole lot of cars. And there's multiple smaller wildfires. But I don't want to diminish the power. They're still screwing up people's lives.
Destructive wildfires in California. Santa Barbara County firefighters are struggling to contain the lake fire. Take a look. It's one of more than 150 fires that broke out across the state over the holiday weekend amid hot and dry conditions, causing statewide evacuations as the fast-moving flames tear through dry vegetation toward homes and communities. Let's bring in ABC News Live anchor Kana Whitworth. Kana, you've been following this all weekend long. I've been watching all of your coverage. What is the latest on the evacuations, and really what are residents telling you right now?
Look, Maria, residents here are very concerned. This is a tight-knit community. We're talking about a ranching community here. People have livestock and horses. It's also a winemaking community, right? So there's a tremendous concern among residents here, but they also say firefighters are doing a fantastic job. I spoke with emergency services. There are evacuation orders and warnings that are currently in effect, and they say they could expand based on the fire behavior. And what firefighters have done, though, Maria, is they've kept this fire in the wilderness. So you can sort of see that plume there behind me. But what they told me this morning is their concern is when that fire's in those higher elevations, we're talking about 2,500 feet or so, the temperatures there are hotter and it's drier as well. So even if they get some humidity down here in the low-lying areas, it's an entirely different situation up there. And so they're worried about these sundowner winds that might come in tonight and push this fire over those containment lines and towards these communities. And Maria, this fire has already exploded to more than 20,000 acres so far.
You know, Kana, I just heard you talk a little bit about what firefighters are having to deal with right now. Give me some of the extremes and the challenges they are dealing with. And more than anything, what are officials telling residents about when they might be able to go home or check out their properties?
Right, so this is an area where people are used to this kind of thing, right? You're seeing that a lot of people have created defensive space around their properties in case a fire does come. The good news, Maria, is that at this point, they have this fire about 8% contained. Any kind of containment is good news. However, they are worried about what's going on up in those hills. So they're relying heavily right now on hand crews. They're actually dropping hot shots into the fire. I'm told they're creating landing pads up there for helicopters so that they can move those crews. Clearly, the air attack is crucial on this fire. They have multiple helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft as well, so they're able to drop water and fire.
Do you see how hot this fire is? It's a grass fire. You see the flames, the intense heat? That's not a grass fire. That's not a wildfire. That is perhaps a Jeff Snyder 2 plasma fire. And when I see these things in the woods, I'm always reminded of Jeff Snyder 2's video that he had, I'm sure still has, but this was a couple of years ago, in Montana, showing, because I was coming down the mountain in Montana, and I'm noticing pockets of smoke coming up from the ground. No, there was no brush fire. There was no one doing any kind of controlled fires. It was in the woods, you know, and the visibility was fine from the road. But I'm driving down this mountain, and I'm seeing all of these pockets of smoke coming from the ground. And it wasn't until I watched Jeff Snyder 2's video where he shows an empty field, nobody's there to start a fire, and he shows smoke coming from the ground and then igniting into flames. So there are many methods in which they can use, but when I see this heat, yeah, I do think plasma. Or nanotechnology, or all of the aluminum nanoparticulates and all of the incendiary nanoparticulates that they're spraying up there, and then what happens? They come down. Yeah. Get on the trees, get in the ground. Oh yeah, well, our descent into hell is very real. Very real. So, massive changes coming. Hurricane season changed. Huge heat dome and more. The YouTube meteorologist. You just have to look at their title. You know, and they're all pretty much the same. They're all, whoa, major changes coming up.
Hey everybody, good afternoon. Mark again here, Weatherman. Plus, I got some big updates for you, not only for the severe weather, what's going on with the power in Texas, and a lot of other things that's going on in Texas, and what's going on with our hurricane season, because things just got ramped up again. Now, you can see right now we do have these tornado warnings going on, even a confirmed tornado also appearing in the northeast. We got a lot of wind damage going on with these storm reports. And look at the southeast, look at all the thunderstorms forming everywhere. There's storms going on all over the place right now. Even a lot of heavier rainfall coming down also. So I'm going to give you all the latest information on that. Plus what's going on with the power for Texas. Texas, I got some answers for you. Remember, links are all in the description below. That way you can go to all these places for yourself. Also, timestamps. If you've never been here before, thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click that bell and select all so you do get all notifications. Do afternoon updates so people know exactly what's going on with the weather.
I'll put the link in, you can watch it. Everything is changing, not for the better, unfortunately. So, customers should expect outages for multiple days. Texas.
Are getting there in terms of damage assessment, and we will begin to start publishing some more significant or more specific information as it relates to to develop our restoration plan.
So, this I saw this morning. Customers affected for this Centerpoint company, 1,995,537 customers restored in the last 24 hours, 782. Yeah, you can count on when you're, especially in Texas, when you lose power, some people get it on, get it back on very quickly, and others wait a long time. So with this heat that is taking place, it can be unbearable for an awful lot of people. Evacuate in Texas, flooding in Houston, not just Houston, but other areas around Houston. Oh, God. Oh, life is a marvel, isn't it? It's just fabulous. Just want to point out, they didn't need a hurricane to bring that about because, well, we've seen, oh, that's severe weather causing an awful lot of what you were looking at.
This is Montrose.
Güey, ten cuidado, güey, porque se están hundiendo las casas. ¿Cómo andas tú por allá?
Wait a second. What was that?
Numerous wind gusts topping 80 miles per hour will
You guys, this is crazy. Look how high the water is. Oh my God.
high water quickly closed streets. Houston officials said.
All right. It's interesting because I've looked at these news broadcasts and you're not seeing, you see more of the damage on the weather YouTube channels that I've recommended that you subscribe to, just to keep up to date on what is taking place. But mainstream media is not showing the kind of damage that these weather events are creating. And I do have to wonder, is that because they just don't want people to question? They don't want people to question, well, I don't know. But in my going on 14 years of doing this and posting an awful lot, trying to keep up on all of the weather events, YouTube now has just become, this platform sucks in terms of finding information now. So I'll post the link to this if anybody wants to watch. There's the link. But yeah, many homes are flooded, cars are flooded, power outages, trees down, fatalities. 3rd Avenue Bridge stuck in open position due to overheating machinery. Oh, they are on the global warming / climate change narrative. They are bringing it home. Pedal to the metal. When was it? Just a couple of nights ago? It was Amtrak from New York City to Boston. Amtrak shut down. They didn't give a reason, but somebody said that it might have been due to the heat. It is such bullshit.
Just how hot is it? The 3rd Avenue Bridge is stuck in the open position, all because of overheating machinery. Newscopter 7 is over the bridge. FDNY Marine units are trying to cool down the equipment and close the bridge there.
Now that's hot. We have several reports tonight. Eyewitness.
Well, that was a brief broadcast, but they did finally get it working. Europe today, heavy hail and flooding in Poland.
In Wolbrom, after a summer storm, the streets looked like a snowstorm Poland. On Monday, there was heavy rain and hail in Wolbrom, Lesser Poland Voivodeship. It was also dangerous in other parts of Lesser Poland. Firefighters in the region received 150 reports of inclement weather. The largest number of
Okay, the link is in the chat. I'm also providing the link because I do think that you should subscribe to these channels. They are doing a good job letting us know what is going on. I'll link below. This is that link that I provided was Revenge of Nature. Yeah, it's nature. And this one's Alerts On. And South Africa again.
Oh shit! Tracy!
Wat? Die ouwe?
Waar is die joh?
Neem je het af? Daar gaan mijn brug. Daar gaan mijn brug.
with a trifecta of severe weather events, each bringing its own set of challenges to different regions of the country. From coastal storm surges to inland flooding and icy conditions, the nation is facing coastal infrastructure and near.
I'll post the link. I can't listen to, all of the crap. I'm so sick of it. But the damage is very real. All right. Link is in the chat. One more time. Rufus, I saw that too. Yeah. All right. So, flash flood emergency alert issued for South Fork Saltburn Scars. Again, New Mexico. So, New Mexico has this fire that takes out like 2,500 homes, businesses. And then, like a week later, they have flash floods, evacuations again. Now they're hitting the same area again. People are evacuated. So, oh, what? Hey, what? Oh, new COVID-19 variant spreading fast as cases grow in nearly 40 states. Oh my, what are we gonna do?
COVID cases are rising in 39 states across the country. This as a new variant is popping up in the U.S., but experts say hospitalizations and deaths are still low. ABC's medical contributor, epidemiologist Dr. John Brownstein joins me now for more on this. Dr. Brownstein, thanks for coming on. Let's just start with the basics. How worried should we be about this uptick in cases?
Well, Diane, this is all part of the normal cycle that we expect from COVID. We see these increases in the summer, mostly because of gatherings that are taking place, and we see this emerging new variant. And of course, now we're seeing these increases across the country. We're flying blind a little bit because we're not really tracking cases. We're using wastewater as an indicator. But what we do know is that hospitalizations are still at record lows, and that we're seeing those really among the elderly and the most vulnerable. And deaths also are incredibly low. So this variant is spreading fast, but it's not creating severe illness and death, which is a good news for us.
Oh, wow. So we've got the bird flu. We've got COVID-19, a new variant. I guess they haven't come up with a name yet. And dengue fever.
Health alert tonight. The CDC issued a warning after several people in the U.S., including in the tri-state area, got sick with a mosquito-borne virus traveling. It's called dengue. It can take up to 2 weeks to develop. There are currently 142 cases in New York, 41 in New Jersey, and 6 in Connecticut. Now, symptoms include headache, nausea, vomiting, rash, muscle and joint pain, and minor bleeding. The CDC is urging people to wear insect repellent, long sleeves, and pants when outdoors to prevent getting bitten by a mosquito.
What are they going to pick for the next pandemic? Maybe it'll just be a combination.
And here in New York, there were more sightings today of an owl that went missing on Thursday from the Central Park Zoo. The Eurasian eagle owl named Flock.
All right. I'm going to play several minutes of this JWTV video, because we definitely have very strange things going on. And I have posted on the patents the holograms, which if you're just walking down the street and you look up at somebody and their face begins to melt, don't freak out. Literally melt off their face, head. They have the technology to create an awful lot of, oh my God, what am I looking at? So, but a whole lot of people, look, you just don't, I hope I never have to see it, but life is just now a dark carnival that we're all just on the ride.
We're about to get to some of the most strange and most disturbing news shocks that's going to put you on alert.
So it jumped again. Love it.
We're about to get to some of the most strange and most disturbing news shocks that's going to put you on alert to help you out, but also to see that the veil is thinning. People are starting to see things that they don't usually see. And this man right here in Hurricane Burrow got rescued. Thank goodness for that. Texas is going through a lot right now. We're about to show you though that all across America, there is something that's disturbing happening. And you need to just protect yourself, protect your family, protect your friends, because this trend is becoming something that's more normal than usual. And what this trend is about is that these delivery drivers are not delivery drivers. They're coming to people's homes and they're invading their homes. And it's children sometimes inside these homes. And this is the new attacks that they're trying to launch across America. So we put this out because we hope that you learn from this and that we don't have this process become a big thing so we can help out each other. So check this video out here.
Some terrifying moments for a family in Aurora. So the crime was caught on Ring doorbell camera, and it all starts right here with this guy. He's wearing like a worker's reflective vest, and he's holding a package posing as a delivery driver. Clearly he isn't. That package is empty. He then rings the doorbell and waits for someone to answer. Someone does, and then this. It all happened in a matter of seconds. What you just saw was that man pushing the door open and forcing himself inside the home. And then two other men with guns rush inside. After only 1 minute, the men then run out, pile into a car, and race down the street. A caretaker and two young children were inside the home at the time, and as you can imagine, a traumatic experience for all of them. When authorities arrived, one of the children, a 6-year-old boy, visibly shaken.
Yeah, and it was a kid right there too. They scared the kid and they said they put their hands on a little girl in the way they wasn't supposed to. So this is something we need to definitely be looking out for. And like if you look out there and you tell your kids, hey, don't open that door, or you see just regular cars out there, that ain't the delivery man. And so this is something they're doing to get to the children even more. And this is just more of the disturbing events that is happening all across America, probably in other parts of the world, and we need to prepare for this scenario so we can protect the children. As far as the other part, people was on the road and they actually seen like a little hand coming out of a truck right here. You can see the little hand coming out. Now in this video clip, I don't know if they reported this or alerted this to authorities, but please, if you see something like this, I hope you don't just stand by and just watch. I just thought this was a random cool clip that before we get to all the craziness, that people should have these on their houses whenever you want to mask your house and make it look like there's not a door there. All these invasions happening. Now, there's this guy, he delivers parts and stuff like this. Chip Drachin Finnos is his channel name. And remember that story how they said, oh, people are, having disorders because they're seeing demonic faces. Well, this guy comes out in his own story, and you need to listen to what he actually saw in the most recent. We got a second follow-up video to that too.
Hey, so today I experienced something that I've never experienced in my life before. Freaked me out, thought I was crazy. Still haven't processed it fully. So, as I do to the same guy, I've been doing it for 7 months. And it's the same guy every time I walk in. He's got a big garage with like a couple trucks in it. I walk in, I hand him his parts, we talk for a minute, I walk away. I go on my business. Today, I walked in, and he had his back to me, and he was working on his bench, and he must have heard me coming. I don't know, because I was actually pretty quiet, I thought, but when he turned around, I jumped and kind of grabbed my mouth like that because I didn't know what to think. And he laughed a little bit, and he called me jumpy. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not feeling very good. And I handed him his part, and I was like, hey, I gotta go. The reason I reacted that way is because when I looked at him, he was different. He didn't look like the same guy I saw every other time. First thing I saw was he had no color in his eyes. They were completely black. Like you couldn't even see reflections. It was just a black mass. And for some reason his ears were kind of weird, and they had like this little point like that. I don't know what that was. Excuse me. But then I was talking to my friend, and he sent me an article about them saying that a new disorder that's coming out where people are starting to see demon faces.
So, you know, that article came out in March of 2024. Now they got this man believing that he's like, something's wrong with him. And this is not something we should let happen at large. How many of you have a spiritual eye? And the more that the veil thins, the more that we're going to see these things, and the more that that's our power that's given to us by God. I've seen a lot growing up. Other people have seen a lot. And if we're in these times now that we're going to start seeing more, we don't need each other to think we're crazy, because you're not.
You're not crazy. But, boy, does this help the mental health industry. Mental health. Oh, things are going to get wild. So, link is in the chat. I'll hold on to that video to post it once the live posts. So, I have to hand it to her. Yorkshire Rose wanted the return of customers. Boy, this woman has an awful lot of courage. Thumbs up. Shout out Yorkshire Rose. She goes up to these motels and hotels in the UK. She is asking the right questions, and here she confronts the owner of a Holiday Inn Express in somewhere in England, and she on the video says, we have to ban this hotel because apparently they got money to renovate it after the migrants have left, and now the owner wants customers. Regular customers again? No. After you're taking the taxpayer money, you're enriching yourself with these illegal migrants that are causing an awful lot of disturbance in Western countries, for sure. And then you get money, taxpayer money again, to refurbish or renovate the hotel. And then you want the customers back? The regular customers?
So are they wanting your custom back? Let's go take a look. A few Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the back of the Holiday Inn.
I can't stand this. I don't even care anymore. You know, look. What am I gonna do? The internet sucks here. Really sucks bad. Very frustrating when you're wanting to accomplish something and you just can't. You just can't.
Oh, smells very new in here. Looks like the asylum seekers have left, guys, and it's a full refurbishment, courtesy of the taxpayer. Like, show money. Oh, it's the asylum seekers left now. Yeah. So this is all this. So all this has been paid for by the taxpayer. We're filming the hotel because it's the first time the public have been allowed in for quite a few years.
What are you doing really
I'm
here?
filming your hotel and I'm telling the public to boycott this hotel because you've had illegal immigrants in here. And you didn't want the public in then, did you? You closed your doors to the public.
Don't put my image on anything.
And mine, I don't conform to that either.
Okay.
So yeah, there we go, guys. The Holiday Inn, Oulton, Woodlesford in Leeds. The asylum seekers have now left, and the hotel is being done up, all courtesy of the taxpayer. Can I ask who's paying to have this hotel refurbished? The taxpayer?
I don't say you anything. I'm not allowed to do that. I don't want my image anywhere. Please.
I'm not allowed to say anything. He's not paying for it. Link is in the chat. Boycott that hotel. Wow, man. And came across this today. Migrant complex. School was knocked down to make way for migrant homes. Look at this. I will post the link. This is in Cardiff, in the UK. Here we go. Wow.
So to get on these bricks here and look up now, this place has cost £20 million to house the migrants just here. Yeah, these are all migrant places. You can see them building them now. £20 million to house the migrants. I'm out today with a subscriber and he's taken us to this place. He reached out to us to show us this is what's going on, and there is migrants in here already, as well as them building at the same time. So some of them are full, some of them are still empty, some of them are still being built. However, this is smack bang in the middle of a lovely little village, so our friend subscriber has told us that we've been banned from all the local shops. They've been caught sort of talking to teenage girls and things like that, and yeah, so we can have a look at that there. We're going to see where else we can get round and get another view, so we can just see the migrant complex just there, and we can see these houses here. Now apparently, because of this migrant housing facility, a lot of these are going to lose on their house prices, around about 40,000. The house prices are down by, and there's one for sale already there, and we can see it's a lovely place to live, really nice. And we've got that monstrosity right there. So we're around the back of these sort of properties here, guys. £20 million this has cost us, the taxpayer, for these migrants, this migrant housing. You can see just there, still some being built just up there, still in the wrappers. Absolutely nuts this, isn't it, guys? Get the tripod up a little bit So you can have a look. Gardens, stuff like that. Absolutely crackers, guys. £20 million. So we're getting a bit further up, guys, to where they are unwrapping these. Now, I've just been informed they actually...
Alright, I'm going to post the link again. He goes around. It's only like a 12-minute video. But, you know, and of course, the workers have been muted. They can't speak. They know what they're doing. Every American should know this. Migrants receiving more benefits than some U.S. citizens, not just in New York, not just in Chicago, not just Denver, not just Texas, not Florida.
How is this happening?
One of the things I see a lot in South Florida are people that have been in this country that maybe came from Cuba 45 years ago. They've worked here their entire lives. They retire. They get $800, $900, $1,000 a month from Social Security. And then they run into somebody who just got here from Cuba 3 months ago, is 29 years old, doesn't work, and is given $1,500 a month in benefits by our government because they're refugees. That refugee, a year later, is traveling back to Cuba 15 times. So you're a refugee fleeing oppression from a place that you now go back and visit 15 times the following year. And in the meantime, we're giving you Medicaid, food stamps, health care for your children, cash payments from the refugee fund. So imagine if you've been working here for 40 years and your Social Security check is smaller than the benefits going to a 28-year-old able-bodied person who just got here. That's real. That happens. That's happening every day. That makes no sense.
Now listen to this one.
1 year after the start of Russia's invasion, thousands of Ukrainians are temporarily living in the U.S.
There are some viral videos claiming Ukrainians are receiving benefits like Social Security while they're living here.
So Jerry Carnes with our Verified team is digging into the claim.
President Joe Biden is committed to welcoming 100,000 Ukrainians who fled the war there to find their way here to the United States. There are viral videos like this one questioning that commitment.
President Biden has made it legal for Ukrainian immigrants to get SSI checks.
Our viewers asked us to verify if Ukrainians here in the United States are receiving benefits like Social Security. Let's check. Our sources are the Social Security Administration, the Office of Refugee Resettlement, the Uniting for Ukraine program, and immigration lawyer Charles Cook. According to Cook, there are 3 ways Ukrainians can legally seek refuge here. One is through the Uniting for Ukraine program. Those who qualify can stay in the U.S. for up to 2 years as humanitarian parolees and receive some benefits.
They're eligible for food stamps. They're eligible for supplemental Social Security, SSI. They're eligible for insurance, Medicare.
The Social Security Administration says that certain Ukrainians in the U.S. may be eligible for SSI benefits. The Office of Refugee Resettlement confirms humanitarian parolees may also be eligible for assistance through existing programs, like the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, health care through Medicaid, and food through SNAP.
No, they're not lifetime on the taxpayer dole. This is basically helping refugees who couldn't help themselves.
So we can verify it's true. Some Ukrainians who have arrived in the United States since Russia's invasion of their country may apply and could qualify for benefits like supplemental Social Security for a limited amount of time.
Oh, we're so generous. We don't help Americans out, but we're just so generous to everyone else in the world. Doesn't it make your heart go pitter-patter?
What a mess, man. So I'm gonna leave you with this article from ABC News, just in case you haven't heard of it. Biden and Zelensky signed a new 10-year security agreement. Joe Biden vowed to support Ukraine until they prevail this war. And we all know what that means because, bruh, Ukraine is never going to win against Russia. So instead of finding ways to stop the conflict and save some money, these geniuses are spending more money overseas. And at the same time, like you just heard, we now have migrants receiving more benefit than American citizens, who, by the way, are currently struggling with this Biden economy, Bidenomics, like they call it. This can't be fair, bro. But again, this is life ain't fair. We need changes, man. Major one. And in my opinion, it starts at the top. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section. God bless you.
I like him. He's still very much in the Matrix. I've recommended his channel. Subscribe. Yeah, well, what I disagree with is what he just said. And I've forgotten what he just said. Oh, it hurts. Hang on.
They called it. This can't be fair, bro. But again, this is life. Life and fair. We need change.
He said it starts at the top. No, it starts at the bottom. You, me, and every other ordinary American. We're being destroyed deliberately. Treason takes place 24/7, 365 days a year, and Americans apparently want it. They want it. They want to get screwed. All right, boots on the ground. The world is picking sides and preparing for World War III. Inflation is still here. I'm starting this at the 2-minute and 28-second mark. But prior to where I'm starting, he's talking about, you know, all of the countries that are preparing for war. And yes, a whole lot are taking sides. And guess what? We Western countries, like the UK, the US, will get our tuchuses handed to us. But listen to what he's saying right now.
The New York City hotels have profited $1 billion from taxpayer money to house the migrants that are streaming across the border. If you look at stamps, if you need some stamps, you need to buy them before July 14th because they're going to go up from 68 cents for the forever stamps to 73 cents. That is a pretty hefty jump. I think it's 5%. So there is inflation everywhere. Target in the next few days are going to stop taking checks. I think it's July 15th. So no available checks for you. They also had some information come out of Florida. So if you're a family of 4 and you're living in Florida, you need to make a little bit more than $80,000. That was in 2021. Now the figure is over 86. So that is a huge increase just to keep your head above water. And that just shows you that the inflation is rampant. It's showing up in everything. If you pump gas in your vehicle, if you buy stamps, if you buy food, you are feeling that inflation bite. Also, we have MK. MK is a great subscriber down in Australia, and she sends me a lot of information. I jotted some notes down. Let me read them to you. She said, the town's natural gas just sent out a memo saying they're going to raise their prices again. Food prices are going up. They're starting to go up again. Eggs are hard to find because they killed a lot of chickens. They culled them out because of bird flu. Also, mortgage rates are said to go up again and multiple more times during the year. This is killing people over there that have the adjustable mortgages.
And it's killing people over here. All right, link in the chat. 1 billion. Yay! Illegal to house illegal migrants. It's an industry and they make a shitload of money. Oh, these NGOs. Oh, these hotels. Oh boy, hop on that train. You can get rich. Off the taxpayer's back. All right, I'm going to post the link to this. You have to listen very carefully. The audio is not very good. But this woman is confronting some of the heads of the VA. U.S. Army veteran Jessica Miles and her daughter are sleeping in their car. Apparently she was red flagged, sleeping in her car, red flagged with no reason. And gee, she can't seem to get any kind of help. Of course not. the VA is helping illegal migrants. Shouldn't that piss everybody off? I know a lot of people just think that, you know, they're not going to get angry. Okay. Well, yeah. The link I'm going to put in the chat again. Very sad. Very sad what is happening here. Truly tragic. I mean, people are literally dying because people need help and they're not getting it. But illegal migrants are getting it. And for some reason, that's okay with an awful lot of Americans. Charges filed against man after woman's body dumped on New York City street. All right. There were a lot just today. All of the murders, all of the stabbings, all of the, are you kidding kind of crimes. But a 31-year-old woman was murdered, stuffed into a bag. And I don't know if I have that video. I think I'm getting to the point where I watch stuff and I can't even watch the full. I just click off. I don't even keep it open for live because what's the point, you know? We have become truly a nation of pure unadulterated hell. It's a cesspool. It's a violent cesspool. And it's only going to get worse. So there was an update to this that I just clicked off. I was like, and I don't think anybody really cares as well. A man in a motorized wheelchair was arrested because there's video of this man in his wheelchair pulling the bag that her body was in.
We have some breaking news. Police have charged a man in connection with the murder of a 31-year-old woman whose body was found in a trash bag in Kips Bay. CBS News' Lisa Rosner is live outside the police precinct in Kips Bay with more. Lisa.
Well, Chris, police say 55-year-old Chad Irish has been charged with 1 count of concealment of a human corpse, but not murder at this time. Police sources tell us he has nearly 24 arrests and has served time in prison twice for robbery and assault. Tuesday morning, bouquets and candles adorned the spot where police found the body of 31-year-old Yasmin Williams Friday while responding to a call of a suspicious package. Inside a trash bag on 27th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenues, police say Williams' lifeless body was wrapped in a sleeping bag. The medical examiner ruled it a homicide, saying she was shot in the head.
Who would want to do something so disgusting?
Monday evening, chaos erupted outside a building down the street. Police carried out 55-year-old Chad Irish on a gurney as crowds rushed to attack him. His wheelchair and dog were confiscated by police. The NYPD says he's charged with 1 count of concealment of a human corpse, but not murder. Police sources say a man was seen on video pulling the bag on a motorized wheelchair. Several say Williams was friends with a man who uses a wheelchair in the neighborhood. She grew up here and lived nearby. Her mother told us she started a job with the city days before her death. We also spoke with Williams' younger sister.
She was looking so forward to living her life. Because she got her degree in criminal justice. She went to Buffalo State University, and she wanted to go back to be a lawyer.
She used to always take good care of me, and she used to always be proud of me. She was the best sister I could ever have.
All right, I don't know. America, the land of part-time employment. Link is in the chat. Just a few minutes. land of part-time employment. Yay! You can really achieve the American dream on part-time employment.
America, the land of part-time employment, and the trend is getting worse as per this data. Today, I read an article on CNN Business written by Brian Mina titled, U.S. Employers Want More Part-Time Workers. Here's what that means. The author referenced the job site Indeed. A recent analysis revealed that demand for full-time workers has been flat from January 2022 to May of this year. But here's what is interesting. Advertisements for part-time gigs were up about 10% over the same time period. The author went on to reference Labor Department data, which revealed that part-time employment was up 8.9% in May from January 2022, compared to a 1.5% increase of full-time employment during the same period. Here are my thoughts. This is not good news. We don't need a nation of part-time workers.
No, we don't. It means that our economy is crashed. It's already happened. They're just artificially propping it up, and a whole lot of people actually do know, like Gen Z and millennials, they can't find jobs anywhere.
We've seen in a long time, but you also got companies playing a lot of games here. Companies are saying that they're hiring. They put
was at an aerospace company, so I'm like,
What is the jumping game that YouTube is playing on me? What's this jump? Ay.
a lot of games here. Companies are saying that they're hiring. They put a candidate through the interview process, and then they don't hire anybody, and then they repost the job again.
Our market is so bad right now that when you're trying to apply for a job, your ratio of even getting the job that you're applying for is 0 to none.
this job market is so fucking insane.
I've applied to over 1,000 jobs. I've applied to even low-paying jobs. I've applied to internships.
So I got my bachelor's degree in business administration and still haven't landed an entry-level job with it.
We are in a disastrous job market economy right now. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. It's a fucking shit show.
We are officially 6 months into 2024, and so far the job market has been insane. People are looking for jobs left and right and are left with no solutions. I'm sure you saw, like everyone, those TikToks videos of people posting themselves being laid off, like actual recordings of themselves finding out when they are being laid off. This is touching the whole job market in general. People are spending months to find jobs when they used to spend a couple days, weeks, or maybe a couple months to find the next employment. This epidemic is touching everybody, especially Gen Z and millennials, and they're expressing themselves in the videos that we're about to watch. My name is Nina Moyo. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's watch those videos and then let's discuss.
The United States job market is fucking cooked. For reference, in the past few months, I've applied to 1,400 jobs on LinkedIn alone. And I've applied to hundreds of jobs on Indeed, hundreds of jobs on the company's direct website, and I've gone around in person to around 100 jobs, giving out my resume and having interviews that way. And I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience, it's all a sham. It's a disaster. Hiring managers aren't doing their job, and companies are posting ghost jobs. Oh, not to mention, super profitable companies such as Google are now laying off employees, although they're having record-breaking profits. All well, boomers and people that don't understand on the outside that have a no touch with reality go, oh, you're just not working hard enough. Or people go and get a job in retail. Look, some of these jobs are minimum wage. The worst part about it all is how discouraging it's become. It's almost like I want to accept defeat, but I'm not going to. But I'll go so many times through 3, 4, even 5 rounds of interviews just for them to tell me that I'm not the right candidate for them, and then they'll repost the job. They're saying we're urgently hiring. It's a load of shit. It's a lie. And it makes me really frustrated. Thankfully, I'm going to be starting some side hustles that'll be getting me some extra income. because this job market is so cooked. We are in a disastrous job market economy right now. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. It's a fucking shit show.
Our market is so bad right now that when you're trying to apply for a job, your ratio of even getting the job that you're applying for is 0 to none. Also, if you have a job, the job market is so bad that your job is overworking you and still paying you the same salary. They're switching up schedules on you, giving you more work, less pay, cutting budgets on you, pretty much jerking you around all around because they know where the job market is. They know even if you're looking for somewhere else to go, that's also going to probably jerk you around, that they could take advantage of you. Right now, it's like employment abuse going on. Like, you literally are underpaid, tired, and stressed out if you have a job. And if you don't have a job, you're stressed out because you can't find a job and you've been applying to over 100 places pretty much a week, or you've been unemployed for more than 2 years trying to find a job. The job market right now is so bad that you're literally getting abused as a human being. It's super sad.
Why are all of these places hiring, but like won't fucking hire someone?
To be honest with you, it is not only the worst job market that we've seen in a long time, but you also got companies playing a lot of games here. Number one, companies are saying that they're hiring. They put a candidate through the interview process, and then they don't hire anybody, and then they repost the job again.
To make people believe that there are so many jobs out there and you just have to be positive it's your fault that you're not getting a job. The games that are being played. And unfortunately, all of those who want to believe the horse shit about our economy, well, they judge other people. They judge the reality that they are facing, living every single day, because they believe all of the lies. Isn't this great? This is the friggin' world. And I will say this. There's a lot to be desperate and scared about. And Christians think that they're the only ones who have no fear, who never get desperate. No. No. Not at all. Sorry. And there is so much. Yeah, I know people who are Christians who have been very scared. Oh, and they have happiness and joy deep inside for the rest of the day. Oh, okay. I know a lot that don't have any of that. So, set the stage for its final solution. The Fed. I will post the link. Things are not good. Things are going down. Things are going down. People are going down. People are hurting. The older generations left shit for the younger generations. No jobs. It is believing lies. Oh shoot. They took it off. There were 3 headlines. Oh, I should have taken a capture. It was in the polls. Kamala beats Trump. Oh, really? Maybe those headlines on Drudge were a little bit much, and Drudge needed to clean it up a bit. Kamala beats Trump. Then the next one was Hillary Clinton beats Trump. They took those off, but left Demu Dower. He's going down. Stephanopoulos. I don't think he can serve more than 4 years. You just read these headlines and it's you know that things are not good in our country. Not good. But they did an update and I can't find any of the headlines that I wanted to actually read. And this is where our Hurricane Beryl news, all the way. There was apparently a 154,000 gallon sewage spill from Hurricane Beryl. Abbott in South Korea? Yes. Wow. 154,000 gallons of sewage. So I'm going to link below to this. It might be too long. Let's see. Nope, just made it. If any of you know people, if you are taking this Ozempic for obesity, don't. It's very dangerous. Not only does it destroy muscle mass, but it also has been linked to blindness and a whole lot of other adverse effects. And mass brawl breaks out 30,000 feet in the sky on Ryanair, prompting emergency landing. This was a flight between the UK and Morocco. There was a problem providing access to protected content. Please. Please. Well, I'm just going to post the link. You can watch the screaming fight 30,000 feet up where they finally just had to do an emergency landing. Okie dokie. Here.
She's freaking out. That girl's freaking out. She's freaking out.
They think I'm terrorist. That's why they bring the whole army here to bring me down. Well, give me. No, give me. I've got kids that I need to go. Who's going to look after them? Why can't you leave like you are trying to leave like to the bathroom?
So do I first come with you, please? With your side?
I get practice,
How am I going to do everything by myself? How are we doing it? Just
God, I wouldn't want to be on that flight. All right, now, this is inspired. This changes everything. A good day to die. Is it a good day to die? I'd say every day now is a good day to die. But the first couple of minutes of his video is very interesting.
Right, you need to see this, guys. So Danielle's not been having the best sleep. She's had some new street lights fitted outside the house, so I thought I would come and bring my radiation detector to see what's going on here. So this is in Danielle's bedroom. Look, the phone is on airplane mode, so there's nothing coming off the phone. Look, the levels there, it says medium levels, low levels, okay? So this is a safe level. Watch this when I turn to outside to these street lights. Look at this. Look at this. This is the street lights there that I'm pointing at. And look at these levels now. That is a constant high. That is dangerous. That is not good for our health. What are the side effects of this? Cold-like symptoms. Feeling like you've got a cold. Feeling run down, fatigued, headaches, nausea.
Oh my gosh. He's talking.
So I wasn't crazy.
No! What the heck?
This sun, this isn't the same sun that I grew up with, man. There's no way I stayed outside all day in this sun. This is different. I don't care. Anybody can tell me this motherfucker right here is a different sun than what I grew up with.
I hope you're reading these headlines. Asia is warming faster than the global average. Canada warming faster than the rest of the world. Oh, really? Well, how about Mexico is warming faster than the rest of the planet? I guess changing a word here and there, people might not get that all of these mainstream media headlines are saying the same thing except about different countries. They won't get it, right? Right. How can all of these countries be warming faster than every other country simultaneously? The US is warming 60% faster than the world. Europe warming. Russia's climate is heating up faster than the rest of the world. Australia is warming faster than global average. China warming.
I do remember how Mr. George Soros published his plan in English in a Project Syndicate publication. It was done 2015, September 26. Here are the 6 components of my comprehensive plan. EU has to accept at least 1 million asylum seekers annually. Second, he said, adequate financing is critical. And he proposed to issue long-term euro bonds for financing the migration crisis and the migrants' social and welfare taking care when they arrive to the European Union. So don't forget that what we are speaking about is not an accidental stories, not a bulk of 10 years of accidental stories. It's a plan which is going on. It was written, it was published, it's known. So we are fighting again an organized gang called Empire of George Soros.
If you look at the push for financial control and CBDCs or things like CBDCs, it's the same push. They're pushing to control the food supply. And there's an absolute, if you look at sort of the operations they do and the lies they tell to get that central control, a lot of it is to, excuse and justify the things they're doing to get control of the food supply. So you and I discussed pharma food.
Yes.
Which we published before, Dutch Farmers and Fishermen. So this is an entire study on synthetic food, including lab-grown meat and insect-based flour. Bioengineered. It's basically the pharmaceutical industry taking over the food supply. So the idea is we get rid of farmers and we kill any naturally grown food and we engineer food in manufacturing plants and laboratories. What they're hoping is that once they have control of your transactions, they can dictate your health policies and they can dictate what food you can and cannot buy. If they want you to buy pizza made with insect-based flour, that's what you're going to get. That's one of the reasons they want this kind of control. And remember, you had John Kerry saying, we ought to get rid of all the farmers. They're literally planning on getting rid of all the farmers and instituting, food created synthetically in manufacturing laboratories.
Link is in the chat. This world of ours, we all help to manifest it. We could be manifesting something differently. So, yeah, and then I came across this. New Jersey? Why is New Jersey warming faster than other states? Why is New Jersey? Now they're bringing it down to the micro level. All of those headlines were the macro. Oh, countries, now states. Whew. New Jersey.
Weather and the extreme heat. We have been in the 90s the past 4 days, but it has felt like the triple digits. We have team coverage once again for you. CBS 2's Nick Calloway explains why the heat is especially concerning for parts of New Jersey. Let's begin with Lonnie Quinn. He's live on the weather deck now with our first alert forecast. Another hot one, Lonnie.
You betcha. Right now, 10 stories up. It's a little bit better where I'm at because there's a little bit of a breeze I'm catching up here. Let's take a peek at what the high temperatures were today, because there's a story here. Some folks, the heat wave continues, some folks not so much. Tom's River hitting 96, Poughkeepsie 94. Look at New York City. You just missed it, 89 degrees. Now, are you rooting for it or not? Most likely we're not, right? It was much cooler out around the Hamptons, and even when you factor in the humidity, the Hamptons the place to be. It felt like the lower 80s today. The city, 89 on the thermometer, but take a look right there at that number. It felt like 96. I mean, Tom's River, my goodness, felt like 108 degrees outside. As far as your day tomorrow, more of the same. Almost the exact same temperatures that what we saw. The heat advisory is in effect for the entire area, except for our easternmost beaches and some of the shoreline around the Jersey Shore.
Oh, God, man. This is going to come even heavier than we are seeing on a daily basis from mainstream media. It's all about the climate change. We're already seeing climate lockdowns. Yeah. I will tell you this, I don't think I ate any bugs, but wow, my stomach hurts. I am so, I don't know. Look, I have to move again. I'm so beyond stressed. So maybe that's what it's doing. I don't know. That's why it's happening. But yeah. There's a lot of people who are desperate, and there are a lot of people who are scared. For good reason. And it's not because they're without Christ. It's not because there's something wrong with them. This life that has turned into a very dark nightmare is hurting a lot of people. And a whole lot of people are okay still. So, try to keep your judgments to yourself and think about them. Examine them. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from a place of just not understanding the big picture? You're living in a bubble, still believing that things are okay? What's going on, MT? I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, I mean, there are so many people who are posting videos on being alone. Isn't that incredibly sad? And I'm going to play this. Here's a young black guy who, it's very interesting listening to some people. And it's not everything that they say, but some of the stuff that they say. And I relate. I identify. Here I am, 65, white, female. Here he is, a young black guy. And I could be saying the exact same thing. It's kind of like, it doesn't matter what color of skin, it doesn't matter age, it doesn't matter sex, it doesn't matter nationality, it doesn't matter religion. Or no religion. We just kind of, we can definitely walk different paths, and then our paths intersect. That's where you get identification, and then you keep walking and your path might diverge again. We're all very different, and we have to respect the differences.
I'm done, y'all. I'm done, man. I'm getting tired of life, man. I'm getting real tired of life. You know, I feel like I'm going down this deep, dark spiral, like this deep, dark spiral, like it's like every day just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? Life is BS, man. And I'm tired of trying. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of trying. Like, I'm not afraid to admit, y'all, like, I'm really tired of living life. I really am. I'm tired, man. I'm tired of trying, man. Like, I am sick and tired of trying and nothing ever happens for me. Nothing ever works out for me the way I want it to, man. And I'm tired of giving it my all. I'm tired of waking up every single day and trying to give it all I got for people that don't even really truly like me. People that don't even really truly love me. You feel me? I'm on the internet. Half of y'all don't even really know me in real life. And I have to get up here and try to and convince you to like me with a video. I thought that was what make me happy. I thought that was what would make me happy. Because my family didn't make me happy. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why I'm doing this is because I never had nobody there for me, bro. Like, ever since I was a kid, bro. I never had nobody I never had nobody there for me to see my goals and my dreams, bro. Have you ever felt like that sometimes? Like, I don't want nothing from nobody. I just want somebody to be able to see what I'm trying to do to help everybody. And it's just like, I'm tired, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't be wanting to help you. People don't be wanting to help you. People be wishing on your downfall. They be mad at you because you're trying to make their lives better, because you're trying to put your people in a better position. They be mad at you for that. It's crazy. I'm tired. I'm done, man. I'm giving up. Like, I'm tired of this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hold it in, but you know, if you've been following me, you already been seeing my downhill spiral. You already been seeing my spiral. And again, y'all, some of y'all out there still talk about me. Some of y'all out there still hate me. Some of y'all out there, y'all love my downfall. Y'all love it. Y'all love it. Y'all love it. Some of y'all love to see me hurting. Some of y'all love to see me going through my struggles, my adversity. Some of y'all love to see me going through my pains. You feel me? And I honestly, you know what? I don't even know why y'all act like that towards me.
I don't know why y'all act like that towards me. I don't blame you. Because you know what? I be feeling the same way you be feeling. You know what I mean? I'm done, man. I'm tired. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of trying. I don't even care no more. Like, it's like, I'm to a point now, man, where it's like, man, I don't care what people do to me. Man, I don't care if I get kicked out my crib. I don't care if they come and repo my car. Man, I don't care if I go to court. I don't care. What you gotta do it then. Because at the end of the day, I'm on God's terms. It feels like I've been living this God life, bro, so long. It's like, bro, I'm at a point now where it's like I don't even care about what people gonna do to me no more. Whatever what you want to do it. Because I'm riding with the Most High God. I don't care about none of y'all no more.
I'll put the link in. Yeah, well, I do identify. A whole lot of people love seeing people's downfall. And I have subscribers who love to see how I struggle. What a sick world with a whole lot of sick people. Yeah. Don't tell people how they should be. Don't be angry, be indignant. Leave people alone. Let people just be. Because we don't know how to do that. We have to always control people and tell them how they should be feeling and what they should be saying and how they should be saying it with their tone, and right? How about just letting people be? And having respect for differences. Yeah, I do have to move again, Tony, and I'm scared shitless, and my stomach is very upset, and I'm stressed beyond belief. And thank you, Tony, for acknowledging that. Thank you. Yeah, things were very different years ago. Now I'm seeing a whole lot of just shit. And a whole lot of the awake crowd who clearly don't care at all. You know, putting in this immature bullshit that is like so exhausting. It's just tiring. There's a lot of people. You know, that was just one video. But there's a lot of people who are just like, life, man, what the hell is this? You know? This is what we've all manifested. Yeah, we've all manifested this. Now, could we have manifested something differently? Absolutely. And we didn't. It was what we chose to be in the world. And it's very hard to see, to live, you know, to witness. How many people just don't give a shit what they do to other people? I don't think I can play this. I'll probably get a copyright strike. But if you want to take a look at a video on the data dystopia that we're already living, the data, all of the data that they're collecting and storing and using against people, oh boy, people are really going to be shocked when the data police come, because it's already come to a number of people. We get our warnings, but we haven't done anything with them. We haven't done anything. That's like, no, there's a lot of people who are just sick enough, you know, because they have such like no self-esteem, and comparison is what they do, and jealousy and all of that. So they do love to see people go down. It's not just because they're lazy and can't get their own self up. You know, they like to see other people go down because they feel better about themselves being so low. Well, I guess in some sense you're right, because they won't do anything to work on themselves. What do you mean, Cecilia? Wrong link? Not the tire guy. Oh boy, my stomach is really sore, so I'm going to be ending this in just a few minutes, but did I put the wrong link in? Maybe I did. Sorry. People you may know. So, this woman is interviewed. This is out of the UK.
Where to monitor when people were away from their desks. You were pretty consistent at first, but then you're...
So, he's asking or telling her how she was at work. You were pretty consistent at first, but data shows that consistency began to change. Wow. Like comments like this. And Carol, I'm gonna need you to be submissive because I'm the man. I'm so fucking sick of people. Oh my God. And there's no reason whatsoever to have children in today's society. I'm just going to play, the beginning. You can check it out if you want to listen to it, but it's true. I mean, we are going down. There are no jobs. You can get a part-time job, maybe, what do they call it, a gig somewhere, and hope to get a little bit of money. And too bad. Too bad we don't have any kind of spiritual core that's strong enough where we can actually help one another, right? Yeah. So, here.
What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about, which I'm about to say is I don't think it's a word. We know the word pathetic is a word. But patheticness, I don't think is a word. But you know what? It's my own version of a word, so I'm going to end up calling it patheticness. So basically, what I'm going to be talking about is how we're basically all we're all born into this patheticness society, the one day just to go back into nothingness. We're born into patheticness. Again, I know it's not a word, but what I'm about to say now is a word. Just to go back into nothingness. That's where I got patheticness from. Patheticness, just to go back into nothingness. So, yeah, let's get on into that topic, my friends.
Are you kidding me? Why did you use a pic of Trend for this live? Goodbye. Goodbye. Forever. that guy's opening. All right, I'm apparently getting the wrong link. Here's the link. For Trend. And here's the link for the data dystopia. Okay? I hope that's clear. So yeah, patheticness.
Here I am. Well what? You mean, well what? Get your ass to school, march. What, already? I'm only like 3, so get to preschool, wherever the hell. That's how it all begins. School. Trapped in a building all day. Whether you live in an apartment building or not, or a house, you're going into this school building.
Alright, you can watch, you can listen, you can, but yeah, born into patheticness to just arrive into nothingness. Oh, I know, a lot of people think they're going to be arriving in heaven. It's a narrow road. I've always asked the question, why? Why do so many people think they're on such a narrow road? Never get an answer. So, I have to jump off. Yeah. Your choice. Live honestly, speak honestly. Grow from, the adult child to become a mature adult. It's your choice to do that work. Help people. It's your choice. Help those who are in need. Reach out, support people. Leave supportive comments. It's your choice. There's a lot of people who need help. There's a lot of people who are fine. So, your choice. Be very careful out there. Be very careful out there. Don't take for granted your safety anymore. You can't. So be very aware of your surroundings at all times. And help the elderly who are alone. Well, prayer without action, Rufus. What does that do? All right, guys. Thank you for showing up. I hope to see you tomorrow night. Good night. Good luck. Ciao, guys.